Hello students, welcome to chapter number 8 Natural Resource Part 2. Now in part 1 we have discussed about what is a resource, renewable and non-renewable resource, what is natural resource, uses of resource, types of resource and planning and conservation of resources. These were the topics which we have covered in part 1 in our first video. Now let us move further. The next topic we have is soil formation. Yes, students, soil formation. Now, first of all, before we see soil formation, I would like to ask you what you mean by soil. So, soil is nothing but the very thin layer, yes, on the top of the earth's surface is called as soil. I repeat, the very thin layer which is there on the top of the surface of the earth is called as soil. Now this soil formation takes hundreds of years. Yes, it is not a day or a small process. It takes a longer period of time to form. So here we are going to learn about how the soil is formed. Let us start soil formation. Generally, the part of the surface of the earth wherein the vegetation grows is known as soil. As said, the uppermost part. The soil is a thin layer composed of various elements on the surface of the earth. Minerals, humidity, humus, and air are mixed up in it. Now, these are the elements which are mixed up and ultimately a soil is formed. Now, here comes the meaning of the word humus. What is humus? So, student, humus is nothing but it is a dark organic material that forms in soil when plants and animals matter decay. Yes, so that particles or those particles we call it as humus. And soil is formed by mixing up of all these four elements: minerals, humidity, humus and air. The parental rock lie below the soil. It means the top surface we have the soil, below that top surface we have the rock. Yes, the big stones. Soil is formed due to the material available through the denudation. Denudation is breaking up of rocks. There are several elements, there are several reasons why the rocks get break up and ultimately the soil is formed. Biotic remnants. Biotic are living beings or living. Biotic remnants, humidity and air get mixed up with that top layer. In other words, the soil is a natural mixture of minerals and biotic elements which have the capacity to grow and develop vegetation. Without soil, one cannot grow anything. We require a very good soil, or we call it as a fertile soil, to grow the vegetation cover. And without this soil, vegetation cannot grow. So this is how it's a gradual process and soil is formed. As said, it takes years to form the soil. Let us see soil. The uppermost layer of the crust of the earth is called as soil, which contains minerals and biotic elements necessary for the growth and development of vegetation. Biotic is living elements. Although their proportion is not the same everywhere. Yes, somewhere the proportion is on larger quantity, somewhere it is on a lesser quantity. Thus, soil is a layer or the surface of the matter formed due to the mixture of scattered materials of the parental rocks and vegetations. What they try to say is that the soil, the layer of the soil, is not same at every place. Secondly, soil is affected by climate factor also, right? So everywhere you will not be able to find a same type of soil. If I take an example of India, in different parts of India, we have different types of soil. We are going to discuss types of soil later on in this lecture. Factors of denudation prepare very thin layer through the denudation of rocks. Denudation is the breaking up of rocks. The humus formed due to the disintegration or decay of vegetation or insect is added to it. Now the rocks they get break up. Then with that break up rocks, there is a decay of vegetation or insect which is added up and ultimately soil is framed. This biotic element plays an important role in the development of vegetation. The climatic impact in the duration of soil formation is so important and widespread that the soil formed of different types of rock in that region over a long time is the same. So, the soil formed out of this same parental rock under different climatic influence is different. Soils are classified on the basis of their color, climate, parental rock, structure, humus, etc. As said, we have different types of soil in different parts of the country. Yes, so let us see the next topic. We have types of soil. Recently, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, we call it as ICAR. I repeat, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICAR, has divided the soils of India into 8 types. We are going to discuss these 8 types of soils. Of this, the mountain soil and the forest soil are found at different altitude. Altitude is height in mountainous region. So here we have these 8 types of soil. First, alluvial soil. Second, red soil. Third, black soil. Fourth, laterite soil. Fifth, desert soil. Sixth, mountain soil. Seventh, forest soil. And eighth, marshy or peaty soil. So these are 8 different types of soils generally found in India. So here in front of you, we have a map of India where we can see the location of all these different types of soil. This yellow portion which you are able to see in the map area, that is a part of alluvial soil. Then you will find a grayish color which is a black soil. Red color defining the red soil. Green color area marks you the laterite soil. Brown color area to the north of India is a forest soil, and blue color area in the Rajasthan area normally is a desert soil. So these are some basic bifurcation of soils in India. Let us move further. We'll discuss the first one. We call it as alluvial soil. Alluvial soil. Generally this soil is found in the northern part of India, in the northern plains I can say, where we have rivers like Brahmaputra or Satluj flowing, and on the banks of this river you will find this type of soil. This type of soil is spread over 43% of the total area of India. This soil is found in the northern plains from Brahmaputra valley in the east up to Satluj in the west. Students, you must be aware of that Brahmaputra river, it is in the eastern part of India and ultimately it meets to Bay of Bengal. When I talk about Satluj, it is in the northwestern part of India and it meets finally Arabian Sea. There is more proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and limestone in the soil, and there is less proportion of nitrogen and humus. This is the content. If pulses are grown in this soil, the nitrogen content can be stabilized. Crops like wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, oilseeds, etc. can be grown in this type of soil. So specifically alluvial soil is more favorable for growing crops like wheat, paddy, sugarcane, jute, cotton, maize, oilseeds. These are the favorable crops which can be grown in alluvial soil. Next comes red soil. As you can see in the picture itself, and as the name suggests, it's a red in color. It occupies about 19% of the total land of the India. It is spread from Tamil Nadu in the peninsular India, that is in the south of India, up to Bundelkhand in the north, and from Rajmahal Hills in the east up to Kutch in the west. That entire region is covered, this entire region is covered with red soil. The soil is red in color due to the presence of ferric oxide, and it becomes yellow as we go down. So slowly the color changes. Lime, gravel and carbonate are not found in this soil. There is a deficiency of lime, magnesium, phosphate, nitrogen and potash in this type of soil. These minerals are lacking, or we can say there is a deficiency of these type of minerals. Now which all crops grow in red soil? So we have crops like millet, cotton, wheat, jowar, linseed, groundnut, potato. These are the crops which are generally grown in red soil. I hope students are able to understand. Next, we have black soil. You can see the picture. This is how the black soil looks like. It is black in color. Secondly, this black soil has a moisture in it, and once the moisture dries, such type of cracks, or we can say fissures, are created. Black or ragur soil covers about 15% of the total area of India, and this soil was formed due to the spreading of Deccan lava. Deccan lava is nothing but in the southern part of India, in the Deccan plateau, way back there was a volcano, and because of that volcano effect, lava has come out of it. I hope you are aware of lava. And this lava has spread in certain region, and that region generally is having a black soil. Such soil is found in entire Maharashtra, western Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh and certain part of Karnataka. If we talk about Gujarat, in Gujarat, regions like Surat, Bharuch, Narmada, Vadodara, Tapi, Dang district have this type of soil. Lava rocks and climate play an important role in the formation of such soil. It is basically very good for the production of cotton. Even it is good for the production of sugarcane. There is more proportion of iron, lime, calcium, potash, aluminum and magnesium carbonates in this type of soil. These are the elements which are present in large proportion. It is considered to be quite fertile. This soil also has a capacity of retaining moisture. Moisture yani bej, right? It retains moisture for a longer period of time. धीरे धीरे वो moisture चला जाता है and this type of cracks are formed. Whenever the moisture dries up, they develop fissures. Fissures are cracks. Crops like cotton, linseed, mustard, groundnut, tobacco and urad are grown in this soil. As it is more suitable for the cotton, this soil is also known as black cotton soil. Black soil, we have different names. We call it as a black soil, we call it as a ragur soil, or we even call it as a black cotton soil. Next comes laterite soil. The name laterite is derived from the Latin word later. Later means a brick. Its red color is due to the iron oxide particles present in it. When this soil becomes wet, it becomes smooth like butter, and when it dries, it becomes very hard. So these are the characteristics. When it is wet, it is smooth like a butter. When it becomes dry, it is very hard. It is formed due to the change of dry and moist climate and due to the prevention of silica based material. This soil has developed in the higher area of peninsular plateau of India, that is towards the southern part of India. The soil contains more of iron, potash and aluminum elements present. This soil is less fertile, but you can grow cotton, paddy, ragi, sugarcane, tea, coffee, cashew, etc. can be grown after using fertilizer. You have to use good quality of fertilizer, and after using fertilizer you can grow all these products on laterite soil. Students, moving to the next category, we have desert soil. This type of soil is seen in the area where the climate is arid or semi-arid. Now what is arid or a semi-arid region? So arid or a semi-arid region means a region which receives less or very less rainfall. So generally this type of soil, if you can remember, we are able to see in the part of Rajasthan to the north of Gujarat. The soil is sandy and infertile. I repeat, it is sandy soil, infertile soil. It has very less level of fertility. It contains more dissolved minerals. Rajasthan, Haryana, southern Punjab have this type of soil. In Gujarat, this type of soil is found in Kutch and some parts of Saurashtra. With irrigation facility, crops like millet and jawar can be cultivated in this soil. So, as it's a desert soil, you require some kind of irrigation facility, and because of this irrigation facility, you can grow few crops like millet and jowar. Next comes mountain soil. As the name suggests, they are a mountain soil generally found in the mountainous region. This type of soil is found in the valley and slopy regions of Himalaya at an altitude, that is height, of about 2700 to 3000 meters. Its layer is very thin and underdeveloped. This soil is found in Assam, Darjeeling, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh and Kashmir. These are the mountainous region, north and northeastern part of India. In Himalayas, the soil is found at a general altitude in the regions of pine and chird tree. What they try to say is that in Himalayas, this type of soil are found where normally you can see trees like pine tree or chird trees. These are types of trees. ये trees जहाँ पर मिलते हैं या देखने को मिलते हैं, generally ये soil, mountainous soil वहाँ पर present होता है. Next, seventh type of soil is a forest soil. Again, the name itself is clearing the meaning. Forest soil. So where do you find this type of soil? Yes, obviously in the forest area. This type of soil is found within the altitude, that is height between 3000 to 3100 meters in the coniferous forest of Himalayas, Sahyadri range, Eastern Ghats and Terai regions of Himalayas. Again to the northern part or northeastern part of India. The surface of the earth is covered by shaded leaves of the trees, and the upper part of the land becomes black due to increase in humus caused by the decaying leaves. Now they say that the topmost part, the surface, is covered by the shaded leaves, the leaves which are shaded from the trees. The leaves cover the topmost part, plus the leaves get decay, so humus is created. It changes into blue or red color while going down within the land. Besides tea, coffee, spices, other crops like wheat, maize, barley, paddy, etc. are also taken. So the soil is found in limited area. And last but not the least, we have marshy or peaty soil. Marshy soil or a peaty soil. So generally this type of soil is found in the, we can say, near the oceanic regions, or we can say near the water mass. This type of soil develops in humid region due to the accumulation of biotic elements. Accumulation is collection, biotic is living. During rainy season, this land is submerged underwater, and when the water recedes means it goes down, paddy can be grown in it. Paddy is rice. There is an excess of biotic elements and minerals in such soil, but it shows insufficiency in potash and phosphate. These elements, potash and phosphate, are found in less quantity. This soil is normally found in Odisha, West Bengal, coastal Tamil Nadu, central area of northern Bihar, and in Almora district of Uttarakhand. This soil also has a very limited extent. So students, this is a detailed note of 8 different types of soil generally found in India. Moving to our next topic, that is soil erosion. Now what do you mean by erosion? Erosion is nothing but transportation, or we can say shifting of the surface of the earth. The soil erosion is nothing but the surface of the earth. It shifts from one place to another. The transportation of land takes place, or the upper part of the land, the transportation of upper part of the land takes place. It goes from one place to another. You can easily see in the pictures given that the land, the upper layer, is transported from one place to another. This is what you call it as soil erosion. Now why this erosion takes place? There are many reasons. Yes, there is a heavy rainfall, or when the wind blows at with high velocity, right? Or we can say sometimes, because of human beings also, this type of soil erosions takes place. Let us see. Erosion means the transportation of land particles from one place to another with the help of moving air and water. In other words, the faster transportation of the particles of the surface land to other place by natural forces or even by human beings. It takes many years to form the upper layer. We have already discussed in the formation of soil. It's not a day process. If the soil particles are carried away because of heavy rain or by stormy wind, the agriculture production decreases. Yes, because the entire agriculture is dependent on soil. It is extremely necessary to maintain the upper layer of agriculture so that the soil should be prevented. If you want agriculture, simple as that, you require a very good quality of soil. So next topic we have is a measure to prevent soil erosion. क्या किया जाए soil erosion को बचाने के लिए? So first, control the grazing activity on the land. Grazing activity, animals they graze. Animals जो खा जाते हैं ऊपर का एरिया, जो घास या जो ग्रास एरिया होता है, we have to control it. Yes, there should be specific area where the grazing should take place. हर एक जगह पर एनिमल्स को ग्रेजिंग के लिए अलाउ नहीं किया जाना चाहिए. Plantation should be carried out in counter method in slopy regions. Now they say that plantation, plants, when you do plantation, the trees or the stems they ultimately they hold up the soil. उससे उसके जो roots है वो soil को hold करके रखेंगे and soil will not move. Plant trees in fallow land, बंजर जमीन, उस पर trees plant किए जाए. Construct check dams where there are streams, जहां streams होते हैं, झरने, पानी के झरने, वहां पर चेक डैम्स लगाए जाए, पानी को अच्छी तरह से रोका जाए ताकि वो पानी आगे बढ़ ना जाए और जो लैंड का टॉप मोस्ट सरफेस है उसे निकाल के ना ले जाए. एंड लास्ट वी कैन डू इज कल्टीवेट वेरी डीपली इन द फील्ड टू रेड्यूस द स्पीड ऑफ वाटर. वाटर की जो स्पीड है उस स्पीड को कंट्रोल किया जाए, बिकॉज द स्पीड ऑफ वाटर इट वॉशेस द सॉइल, सॉइल को वॉश कर देती है. सो दीज आर द मेजर्स which can be taken for prevention of soil erosion. Moving to our next topic, that is soil conservation and remedies of soil conservation. Yes, it is very important, very necessary that soil should be conserved, should be preserved. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to have vegetation on it. Soil conservation means to prevent the soil erosion and to maintain its quality. Soil conservation is directly connected to retain the soil particles at the original place. Soil conservation का मतलब क्या है कि जो soil जहां पर है उसे उसी जगह पर रखा जाए या वो वही जगह पर रहे. It should not get, you know, should not get thrown away, or we can say should not get transported from one place to another. Different remedies are used at different places in the world according to its location and problem. If the soil is not conserved, then there are chances of floods which enhances the risk against lives and property. Thus, soil conservation is very much necessary. अगर soil conservation नहीं किया गया, there is always a chance of flood taking place. Lots of lives and properties are at risk. So it's very important that soil conservation should take place. Last topic we have remedies of soil conservation. The roots of the trees in forest cover holds up the soil particles. So more and more forest cover, more and more trees should be grown ताकि वो roots soil को पकड़ कर रखे, उसे जाने ना दे. Plant trees in the river gorges and on mountain slopes. River gorges are nothing but the rivers, they take the shape. और the mountain slopes जहां पर easily soil slide down हो जाता है, वहां पर हो सके उतने plants grow करें. Series of trees should be grown near a desert region to prevent wind with more velocity. It will stop the advancing desert. जो desert region होता है, normally we know soil erode कब होता है? There is one condition when the wind is blowing with high velocity. अगर वहीं पर if the trees are planted, तो वो क्या करेंगे? Wind को जो velocity से wind blow हो रही है, that wind will obstruct with trees. वो trees से टकराएगी, velocity कम हो जाएगी और इस तरह से वो soil को लेके जा सकती नहीं है. तो advancement of desert भी वहां पर बच जाएगा. The river floods should be controlled by diverting their flow in other rivers or in dry river beds. जहां पर जो रिवर में फ्लड आता है, सो वी कैन डाइवर्ट द रिवर्स को हम डाइवर्ट कर दे ड्राई एरियाज में ताकि फ्लड ना आए और रिवर फ्लो एक ड्राई रीजन में डाइवर्ट हो जाए. द unrestricted pasturing loosens the soil layer on the mountains. It should be prevented. Unrestricted pasturing, I told you, एनिमल्स जो पेस्चरिंग करते हैं, जो खाना खाते हैं, उसको हमें रिस्ट्रिक्ट करना पड़ेगा कि इन सर्टेन रीजन्स ओनली देयर शुड बी पेस्चरिंग डन. ऐसे जोन्स डिफाइन होने चाहिए जहां पर एनिमल्स अपना ग्रेजिंग कर पाए. हर एक जगह पर वी शुड नॉट परमिट एनिमल्स टू ग्रेज. मेथड्स लाइक हॉरिजॉन्टल कल्टीवेशन, terraced farming, etc. should be implemented. Here in the picture to your right, you can see there is a horizontal cultivation shown. Such type of horizontal cultivation should be done. Humus content should be added to the soil which has lost its fertility. जो soil अपनी fertility खो चुका है, वहाँ humus elements, humus content को add किया जाए. Humus is what? Is nothing but decay of plants and animals, the remains of plants and animals. By implementing these remedies, soil can be conserved. Conservation of soil is a strong and necessity of today. Government, society, and the people should work together for its conservation. It's very important. It's not only the responsibility of government, but it's the responsibility of every man. That is nothing but the people living in society. Together we need to help and make sure that the soil conservation should take place. So students, with that note, I'm ending up the lecture. We are ending up with this chapter. I hope you are able to understand. Thank you.